Hey, what's up? Thanks for tuning back into Channel 3. My name is Brantendo64, and the folks at Warner Bros. Just did the most 90s thing since 1999, and I'm so fucking excited for it. Do you remember video stores? If you do, you surely remember straight-to-home video features. They were usually cheesy, they were typically low budget, and they were always awesome. Typically, they were released in order to promote the video game or movie they were adapting. For instance, the animated Mortal Kombat film from 1995. Mortal Kombat: The Journey Begins, which was used to promote the feature film that hit theaters the same year. Well, ever since streaming services like Hulu and Netflix surfaced and stabbed their digital spears through the heart of our beloved video stores, we've seen a lot less of these straight-to-video treasures, especially when it comes to video games being adapted into straight-to-video movies. However, a few days ago, Warner Bros. Dropped a trailer out of nowhere for an upcoming straight-to-Blu-ray and DVD animated Mortal Kombat film. It's called Mortal Kombat Legends: Scorpion's Revenge, and today, it's all I want to talk about. Let's blow this cartridge. Alright, first of all, let's talk about the release date. It's being released on April 12th digitally, and then physically on April 28th. I am a huge fan of physical stuff, and I don't own a single Blu-ray. Honestly, this is going to be my first. I mean, look at that cover. Imagine that next to my VHS copy of the straight-to-home video animated movie from the 90s. Actually, we don't have to imagine it. I can just edit it. It'll look good. Speaking of the 90s, the art and animation in the film looks just like the concept design from the original games. And honestly, it's fucking beautiful. I'm not super into the music they used for the trailer, but I doubt that'll make it into the film, so I guess it's negligible. Based on what I can tell from the trailer, it's another retelling of the conflict between Earthrealm and Outworld, except obviously it's focusing more on Scorpion's revenge towards Sub-Zero, which actually may be good news because it might mean that they're not going to retell that story again in the upcoming theatrical film next year. I mean, let's face it, that story's already been told plenty of times throughout the Mortal Kombat franchise. It's being directed by a guy named Ethan Spalding, who directed a few episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender before moving to Warner Bros. Studios, where he is now. Alright, now listen to this. Many of the voice actors from the previous Mortal Kombat games are reprising their roles in the film, including, of course, one of my favorite voice actors of all time, Steve Blum, who is voicing Sub-Zero, but also voiced Spike Spiegel in arguably one of the greatest anime of all time, Cowboy Bebop. However, as far as voice acting goes, that's not even the coolest news. A man named Kevin Michael Richardson is going to be doing the voice of Goro in the film. This is awesome for two reasons. One, he did the voice of Ermac and Cabal in the animated series from the 90s, Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm. And two, he was the voice of Goro in the original Mortal Kombat feature film from 1995. So the dude who originally voiced Goro is back. The dude writing the screenplay for the animated film is Jeremy Adams, who wrote Scooby-Doo: The Return of Zombie Island, which is a sequel to Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island from 1998. One huge thing to note about the film is that it's going to be rated R, which means blood and most likely fatalities. Since the announcement of the upcoming Mortal Kombat film hitting theaters next year, I've been desperately waiting for any bit of news or information about it. It feels like the date is coming at a snail's pace, so I'm glad Warner Bros. Decided to make this animated film to keep me occupied in the meantime. It's most likely being released in order to promote the upcoming film or re-familiarize audiences with Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat characters. And if that is the case, and it's not just a complete standalone home video that just happens to be released a few months before the feature film, I'm curious to see if the animated video will have a trailer for the upcoming movie. Also, since it is being released just a few months before the theatrical film, it might even serve as a harbinger of what we're going to get in the upcoming live-action film. So far, the animated film seems to be as true to the source material as possible, which is a pretty good sign for the upcoming film. If nothing else, we are being treated to the first Mortal Kombat animated home video since 1995, and I could not be more stoked. If you have yet to see the trailer, I highly recommend it, especially if you're into Mortal Kombat. I'll leave a link in the description below. Go ahead and check that out. Come back, let me know what you think. Like this video, and of course subscribe to my channel. Until next time, let's blow this cartridge.